It's the dawn of a new day. As an old day just went past, a new one has arrived. Now, it's important to make each day count by doing what matters.
Now, that's right. It's a day to take right actions towards achieving your goals, even if it means taking those baby steps.
Yep, true. It's never a bad time to motivate yourself.
It isn't.
And of course, we appreciate the fact that you have taken that big step for joining us early this morning for our Wednesday midweek edition of your favorite numero uno breakfast show on television, Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes, a very good morning to you. We have an interesting show prepared for you. My name is Tokbai Olonio.
And Mike Mexicano is mine. We advise you to stay with us all the way till 8:45 a.m.
Now, if you have to move, guess what? You can stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect.
Send in your comments. Use those, send them with the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whichever one will definitely be alerted when you do that.
Of course, and now you can also download our app, available for download on any Android or iOS store. Now guess what? It allows you to watch us on your mobile devices from anywhere in the world.
Once you have internet connection, you need to put that part.
Come on.
Once you do have internet connection. Of course, is here with us. She's in the kitchen. It's looking like the kitchen's going to be hot this morning. Yes. How are you doing?
We're about to, well, I was going to say burn this place up, but of course, it's the Breaks Wake Up Nigeria, and of course, we are going to turn this place up this morning. It's going to be late, so guys, you better stay tuned.
I love it. It's going to be lit. Of course, we'll be hitting the show off with some special, you know how we do it, birthday shout-outs. If you didn't send your birthday shout-out, you see all this one's will be the on for you. You're not doing well. But hey, come on, we'll start off the show with birthday.
Now, our very first musical performance this morning is from Afro-pop artist Mide Bells.
And then, of course, home makeover this morning. Faith Olajumoke of 10 Applause Interiors will be here to talk about home decor trends in 2020.
Also coming with the second musical performance is singer and songwriter Jay Fresh.
Now we will be joined by a guy who holds a record of winning the longest dance marathon. We're having for a chat and get to know how he did it.
Moving on to nutrition, Omolola Ajilola will be joining us again. But this time we'll be discussing setting goals when it comes to nutrition.
I need those goals, man.
No, you're same.
Now, to revamp an old slippers into something new, stick around for life hacks. Will be talking to us on how to do all of that. I'm like 3 slippers at home.
Like 4.
There's something to learn today.
Interestingly, moving on to relationship, we're going to be tackling something common in modern relationship with certified life coach Oluwatobi talking about managing expectations in relationships and marriage.
Man, love you. Need to tune in. And AMVCA award winner Timini Egbuson, he's a Nigerian actor, of course, and that award, best actor in a drama, he won that. Now he will be here to talk to us about his new and elevated status.
Imprudent.
All right.
Good morning, my name.
Wow.
I know, yeah.
I wanted to just say hi to MM, like, MM's here. Like, oh my gosh, MM's right here. I've missed MM on
I know
set.
MM's natural reaction, but because she's on TV, she's not.
Because
on TV, she's just going to.
Somebody's just always constantly looking at me like, I can read this baby's
I know.
mind.
You look
But
amazing,
you could
by the
just
way.
be wrong. Thank you so much, Titi. You do as well.
Thank
I
you.
love your makeup.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
So what's going to be I was mentioning that I have a lot of slippers
Yes.
out of home and all of that, and also it's easy for ladies to wear slippers and all that and look still beautiful. But if a guy should wear a sandal on whatever he's wearing and he's not native,
Yeah.
he's smiled on. He's not smiled on.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, there's nothing wrong with wearing sandals or slippers, as long as you're wearing it with the appropriate outfits to go with
But you
it.
know, sometimes you just feel like it's just a dress down day. I just want to wear
Exactly. And please make sure, I have to say this, please, it's important that I put this out there.
Okay.
If you're going to wear sandals or slippers, make sure your toenails are well manicured.
Yes.
For a guy.
Yes,
Yes,
for a guy.
guys. Make sure they're
Yes.
clean.
You should.
Yes.
Make
Because
sure they're
you see fashion, I know I'm not wearing the sandals now. Probably Friday, because if it's native for me now, first thing I think of is sandal. But that's how, talking about fashion rules, people started wearing natives and it seems silly with sneakers.
Yeah.
And at one point, like, what's this guy doing? But then it became fashionable.
yeah.
And it became trendy. But I remember the first time I ever saw it, it was a joke. It was a joke. I don't want to mention some, but I saw there were 4 guys, and I was sneaker like, what are the guys looking like?
Yeah.
It became a trend. So fashion is just what you make of it. I don't know.
It evolves with time, and
What you make of it.
It's it makes me happy to see how fashion evolves, because there's just some rules that were not supposed to be broken back in the day that can be broken now.
Yeah,
And then there's some fashions that were applicable back in the day that we never thought were going to come back, but then they ended up coming back. Look at the bell bottoms that came back. Even jumpsuits were once in vogue in the beginning, like in the 60s.
But they're back.
They came back.
The rompers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Crop tops.
This guy saw he used his sneakers in his wedding.
That's really nice. For the, wait, is it for the church, for the church wedding or the reception?
Baba was on 3-piece with his sneakers.
Okay.
Baba was on 3. So I saw the picture at the wedding reception. So I was like, okay, no, maybe wedding reception, because the lady now they get to wear 2 clothes and all that. So I was thinking maybe the guy changed. Until I saw the churches and Baba was still with his sneakers.
No,
got no time.
So if it was in my family, there's no way. Family members would have pounced on him.
I plan to wear
They would
flats
have bought
on my
shoe
wedding.
for him that day.
On your wedding day, why?
Yes, because I won't be comfortable. I won't be able to dance.
No, that's for the reception. I'm talking about the church wedding.
Yes.
Wait,
flats.
wait first.
Are you serious?
From church. I like
That's
that.
the stuff from church.
Wait, are you really saying you're going to wear flats?
Yes,
I
flats.
think we can. What's today's date? Today is 3rd
You
of...
want to know, my dear?
Okay, so now let's read away, guys. There's a certain class that high heels give you.
There's a certain poise.
Exactly.
Especially with the dress.
Yeah.
You have to have a particular lift.
Yeah.
No, you can't stand
Anyway,
on
you're
your toes.
tall, so.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Let's leave the fashion talk now. We have the news coming up. Ibrahim is on standby for that one.
I like the conversation, and I hope it just continues after this news. The 2-week warning strike embarked upon by Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, is to continue. This is as the meeting between the union and federal government again ended in a deadlock on Tuesday. Both parties are yet to reach common ground on salient issues which led to the warning strike. Also declared a 2-week warning strike to protest non-implementation of agreements by the federal government and enrollment into the integrated personnel and payroll information system. Cases of the coronavirus are increasing, fears are heightened, and there is uncertainty as millions of people around the world struggle to cope with life under various forms of lockdown. But here in Nigeria, movement within the country is unrestricted, but the federal government has banned public and civil servants from embarking on foreign trips. The government also urged citizens to cancel or postpone any form of travel abroad, especially to countries with high risk, and those who do will be monitored for 14 days. But some Nigerians say the government should restrict entry into the country as part of measures to tackle the spread of the disease.
It has become necessary to advise all public officials in the ministries, departments, and agencies, including parastatals, that government has banned all forms of travels out of the country for whatever reason, whether for meetings, bilateral, multilateral, conferences, seminars, workshops, presentations, negotiations, and any form of other ceremonies. This ban will remain in place until further notice and until the situation of the pandemic nature of the coronavirus abates.
And this resolution was reached after the inauguration of the 12-man presidential task force to deal with the coronavirus pandemic. The responsibility of the task force includes strengthening the national response strategy, particularly in the area of testing, containment, and management. It will be headed by Boss Mustafa, the secretary to the government of the Federation, and Dr. Sani Aliyu, was appointed as the national coordinator. Other members are the Minister of State for Health, Adeleke Mamara, Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, and Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika. The national chairman of the All Progressives Congress Party, Adams Oshiomhole, has appealed to all warring members of the National Working Committee to embrace dialogue and peace. This is coming after the party's series of crises, which culminated in some members filing a lawsuit against the national chairman, Adams Oshiomhole, restraining him from performing his official duties. Our correspondent, Abida Lawal, has more in this report.
High has the two factions of the National Working Committee of the All Progressives Congress Party arrived the National Secretariat. The meeting is expected to address concerns which gave rise to various court rulings for and against the national chairman, Adams Oshiomhole. It is the first meeting of the National Working Committee after the suspension of the national chairman. And after months of taking the offensive, it is a conciliatory leader who addresses other members of the committee, pledging to change his style of leadership and admitting that he has not been the best party chairman in the world.
What binds us together is much stronger than the little issues that cause misunderstanding. I believe that the All Progressive Congress is much more than the sum total of all the tricks that you hear. And on my part, I've asked everyone, and they have accepted whatever they consider to be my own shortcomings. I asked for forgiveness, and they have forgiven.
It sets the stage for a shooting of swords and for opposing sides to meet halfway. The NWC members resolved to withdraw all pending cases in the court instituted by any of the national officers against one another. And going forward, they agreed to resort to dialogue and peace to resolve party issues. And with the path of reconciliation well trodden, they turned to other matters of national importance. They resolved to summon the Minister of Health, Osage Ehanire, to brief the party on measures put in place to check the spread of the coronavirus pandemic and why the country has continued to allow flights from the United Kingdom into the country.
Members of the NWC who were suspended, their suspension has now been lifted. With the spirit of conversation, I am sure the opposition will be so disappointed, because I'm sure some of them have passed some bandage and plaster, POP around, believing that there's going to be fighting and all that. What binds us together is much stronger than the little issues that cause misunderstanding. We've also decided that we are going to request for a meeting with the Minister of Health, because our party, as I said, should go beyond being a platform for election. Government elected on our platform is accountable not only to Nigeria, it's also accountable to the party, including ministers appointed by that government.
Notably absent at the meeting were the newly appointed National Secretary, Waziri Bulama, and the suspended Deputy National Chairman, North, Shuaibu Lawal. It is a peaceful end to months of crisis that threatened to tear the party apart, with contending interests pushing to control where the party was headed. It took a letter from the national leader Asiwaju Bola Tinubu and a directive by the President Muhammadu Buhari to bring a modicum of calm to the tense situation. Going forward, the All Progressives Congress Party says it will explore all internal mode for settling dispute. Habida Lawal, TVC News, Abuja.
And that's it on the news update for this hour. Let's take a look at what the weather will look like today.
Thank you very much there. Let's take a look at the headlines of the dailies this morning. We'll kick off from The Nation. Very interesting headlines here. COVID-19, Buhari cancels trips as Nigeria gets third case. 30-year-old UK returnee positive, 300 on watch list. And those coming in must self-isolate. Federal government insists. And there's a picture story here, battling the virus. American Jennifer Haller left receiving the coronavirus vaccine test run at Kaiser Permanente Washington Health Research Institute on Monday. Under that, we see APC will bounce back stronger, says Oshomole. The highlights there in annotated format. Suspended national officers recalled, all suits to be withdrawn from courts. Ajimobi Chukuma take NWC sets, Oshomole Giadom embrace at meeting, and National Secretary Bulama absent. Now, inside The Nation, we see the president will protect Nigerians. Dangote's India contractor isolated, no community transmission in Nigeria. Italian potentially dangerous. National Sports Festival halted. PDP calls for more measures. ECOWAS suspends meeting. Joshua's fight delayed. Euro 2020 Copa America postponed. And Facebook's $100 billion for small businesses. And the U.S. screens 44,800. All of this on the front page of The Nation.
I have the Punch newspaper here, and it starts with this headline on the coronavirus infection. Nigeria's third case attended UK summit with Canadian Prime Minister's wife, says friend. London returnee picked by parents at airport, taken to Ogba home. Mass gatherings not advisable, minister tells religious groups. Federal government bars government officials, workers from traveling abroad. Beside the masthead there, it says Oshomole resumes. APC lifts Shuaibu Abdul Kadir's suspension. It also says here, Economic Council meets Buhari, warns of recession. Inflation rate rises to 12.2%, the highest in months, according to NBS. And oil drops to $28 a barrel. Dollar exchanges for 369 naira. The use of electric cars dangerous for Nigeria's economy, according to reps. And in the photo story here, it shows the governor of Lagos State during the on-the-spot assessment of the coronavirus screening procedure at Murtala Mohammed International Airport on Tuesday. That's what we have on the cover of the Punch.
And then straight up to the Vanguard. Coronavirus shut all borders now. Now, this is something that has been quite controversial. But then Senate, House of Reps, NMA orders. As Nigeria confirms third case, at least 730 people from high-risk countries enter Nigeria daily. Federal government suspends National Sports Festival in Edo. Government bans officials from foreign travels. And we can see a picture story there. Oshomole returns to APC Secretariat. And beside that, the jump lines there. Europe plans full border closure and will resist attempts to hijack Amotekun. That's from Agbekuya. Naira appreciates to 367 Naira 57 kobo to the dollar in I&E window. Buhari, COVID-19 will explore all alternatives to protect Nigerians. UTME anger as JAMB bars candidate from taking exams over lateness. Okay, on a lighter note here, Mr. and Mrs., please, darling, listen to me. Don't darling me. You were asked who is the most beautiful woman in the world, and you gave a stupid answer like, I don't know, while I was standing very close to you. You will explain better at home. So,
yeah,
to the man, the most beautiful woman in the world is the wife.
It has to be.
It has to be. All of that on the front page of the Vanguard.
On the cover of The Guardian, it says here, Senate mulls devaluation of Naira, budget reduction. Decries non-submission of PIB by Buhari. Lawan says foreign loan bid has failed, begs World Bank to assist in financing 2020 budget. Reps task government on reduced demand for crude oil. Story starts there on the cover and wraps up on page 6. Just under the masthead there, it says, Senate investigates Lagos pipeline blast as Muslim bodies church express concern. Anti-Amotekun protest in Ekiti 24 hours after signing bill into law. Oshomole returns, makes peace overtures to opponents. Reps raise panel to strike deal on DSTV's pay-as-you-go plan. And federal government under pressure to close borders over coronavirus. Nigeria gets third COVID-19 case. Government bans officials from foreign trips. No flight restrictions yet, says Health Minister. That's what we have on the cover of The Guardian.
And then to the Nigerian Tribune, APC crisis. Oshiomhole resumes and says, struggle for my seat a distraction. How we plan to overcome effects of oil price crash as from state governments. Coronavirus, suspend stamp duty, reduce fuel price. Article, inflation rises to 12.20%. NBS, oil price crash. National Assembly to cut down 2020 budget. Now, FG bans foreign travels by officials, warns citizens against non-essential trips. That is as Nigeria records third coronavirus case. The name US, UK, China, Italy, France, Iran, 6 others as high-risk countries. Order 14-day surveillance on returnees from countries with 1,000 cumulative cases. Inaugurates 14-man presidential task force. Postpones National Sports Festival. And Indian working with Dangote Fertilizer quarantined. Abuja resident doctors begin strike. Wow, at this time. Joint ownership of Lautech no longer feasible. That's from their laughing. And Supreme Court reserves ruling in Zamfara governorship review. All of this on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune.
Sorry, you said something about a strike there? What was that? What
Abuja resident doctors in Abuja.
Goodness me. Did you take this day earlier?
No,
you didn't. I think there's enough time for this day. Just a bit of time here. Cover of this day has this headline: recording COVID-19's third case. Federal government bans foreign travels by public officials. Suspends National Sports Festival. Oshiomhole waves olive branch to douse APC crisis. And again, inflation rises, moving from 12.13% to 12.20%. That's what we have on the cover of this day.
All right, that's all we can take on headlines in the papers this morning. We'll take a break now and return with the traffic situation in Lagos State.
Now, with the unpredictable drive time in Lagos, we are here to help make your journeys as smooth as possible. As always, we encourage that you help other road users by dropping relevant traffic situation reports on all our social media pages using the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria. This morning, we'll be starting our journey from Abulegba all the way to Ikeja. Now, this would take you, if you're heading this route, 31 minutes. I think it's a good way to start today. So moving from Pipeline bus stop, all the way connecting to Ekoro Road. Now, Pipeline bus stop is free right now, but just as you're connecting to Ekoro Road, the traffic actually begins to build up, surprisingly. And now when you're connecting from Ekoro Road to Old Abeokuta Road, just like in the middle to Old Abeokuta Road junction, there's thick traffic, but good thing it eases up right after. Now, Old Abeokuta Road at this point is free. Now, as you're approaching the total station, where close to where we have the police station and the abattoir, there's slight traffic at that point. I'm not sure if there's a traffic light there, but something is definitely causing a slight traffic, so nothing to worry about. Now, after the police station, all through we have free-flowing traffic, thankfully, through Agege, through Maplewood, through Okoba, through now, as soon as you approach Green Hill Estate. Now, from Green Hill Estate all the way, from what I'm seeing here, the traffic builds up. It gets thicker as you're trying to connect to where we have the Odejobi Street. Now, connecting from there from the landmarks I have here, we have the Christ Impact Church. Now, but it eases up just as you approach Zenith Bank. Now, from this point all the way, I'm through Penn Cinema. If you're around Penn Cinema and you want to head out now, good thing, it's free at this time. So now through Penn Cinema, you have free flowing. As you connect to Ogba Road by where we have the Mosolashi Market, just at that point, there's slight traffic. But after that, Ogba Road is free flowing. It's free flowing all the way through to you connect to Oba Akran. Now, from Oba Akran, there's just a pocket of traffic here and there, nothing major. Now, as you connect back to Adeni Jones, it's free-flowing, but at some point, there's slight traffic. If you're around the axis, you could just use the hashtag and let us know what's happening around that area. Now, connecting through to Ikeja, it is free-flowing. Allen Avenue, if you're around Allen and you want to head out now because it's free-flowing. From Allen all the way to Ikeja, Tinuade Street, there's just slight traffic there, but I think it's really interesting that the traffic around that route is a bit less this morning. I'm going to check for other routes, but I'm hoping Titi, Mike, and MM have some updates for me.
Yes.
Okay. In Alaba International, currently good to go. Traffic butter via at NG car parts. Moving traffic currently after a bridge to CMS. This is via traffic butter at NG car parts at Jar Park. Inward UB roundabout, this is Wando, currently appreciable movement. I don't know exactly. Aja Park, okay, yeah, Aja, that's in Aja. And Eric Moore on route breweries, currently good to go. There's a broken down tanker descending mile 2, okay. Inward second rainbow along Apapa Oshodi Expressway. Now this is causing traffic gridlock at the moment. So let's hope that something can be done about that broken down tanker.
Okay, so apparently we actually have the same tweets. We're apparently on the same page. But this is at NG Car Parks. He's saying this came in at 6:23 a.m. this morning. Busy traffic currently immediately after Agboju Inward Peace Park bus stop along Badagry Expressway via the main carriageway. And this is on Lagos Traffic Report this morning. Also, we have here Agidingbi en route Secretariat, currently good to go. And this came in at 6:25 a.m. this morning. So far, that's all the traffic details we have on Twitter.
I actually have one that's interesting. It says here that the trailers have started parking on the new Costain Bridge. There's barely enough road for commuters since Alaka Bridge has been blocked. And it took quite a while for them to, complete that Costain Bridge. Yeah. So it does seem alarming that there are already trailers parking on top of it. I think, hopefully if the right people are listening, they should be able to get on top of that.
All right, Costain Bridge, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all the traffic details. Do you have any other one, Mike? Okay. So talk back over to you.
All right, thank you very much. I'm just going to take one quick route before I leave. We have Aja to Bonny Cantonment. Now, if you're coming from the island, if you're around the island, it will take you 1 hour, 22 minutes if you head out right now. Starting from the Abraham Adesoya roundabout, it's free-flowing, thankfully. But at the roundabout, there's just slight traffic. But once you get off the traffic, even through the transport companies that are on the express, surprisingly, it's free. Today is like a free day happening on the road. Now, all the way through to Aja, it's free-flowing. So if you're at Aja, head out now. But we have traffic at VGC, maybe because of the traffic light, not sure. But if you're there, use the hashtag, let us know what's happening there. Right after the VGC traffic light, it's free-flowing, thankfully, through Ikota. Just the next point, you would experience little traffic when you get to Chevron traffic light point. From what I'm seeing here, the traffic picks up from that point, sadly, from Lekki Conservation, down through Chevy View, through Agungi, through Jakonde, through House on the Rock, Tickle Bay, Elegushi, Lekki Phase 1. Ooh, there's a lot of traffic from around that axis. Now, a lot of you might have forgotten to get your e-tags to make things easier. I really advise that you get that if you live on the island, because there's a lot of road repairs going on, and you might just need an alternative so you don't lose your mind very early in the morning. But you might want to take the alternative Oniru, but if you do, sadly, there is still traffic around that point. But the good thing is, one way or the other, you will get to your destination. I'll be joining the rest in the kitchen to know what's up and about in Lagos this morning.
Yeah. So
quite a lot trending, but the one that alarmed me the most was the fact that Oprah was trending.
Okay.
And I the first thing I thought was, oh no, coronavirus, no. But then there's some story, I don't have all the details, about Oprah allegedly being arrested for trafficking in sex workers. And yes, it's online, it's trending right now. And people are, alarmed that we're just 3 months into the year. Already, Kobe passed away, coronavirus is an epidemic, and then now, Oprah allegedly arrested for sex trafficking. I don't know. Everybody's just like throw this whole year away. Like,
Let's
are
start
you sure we
again.
shouldn't just go back to 2019?
No, please,
So there's
2021.
a video of Bill Gates that was out, and he spoke about that video just after the outbreak of Ebola virus.
Yeah,
where,
I saw that.
in 2015, where he was talking about the world not being ready for a pandemic.
Yeah.
And he mentioned something. Now, there are war deterrents, like, say, for instance, Iran builds a nuclear warhead, and then the US wants to deter them and then build a stronger nuclear deterrent or something against them. You understand what happens? So there's a plan, like, for war. We are well prepared to fight whenever there are issues, money spent. But then things like this, I mean, there was this particular doctor who was on a major international network who was even complaining that even in the US, they don't even have enough test kits.
Oh, wow.
You know, enough tests, not to talk of even down here.
Yeah.
So someone, I once had envisaging trouble, knowing that, look, it's not all going to be rosy. You have to envisage that there will be times when the world will be at risk for due to one thing or the other, and not just war. And then we really do have to be prepared.
There are a lot of things people need to be prepared for. Some people think about their role models and people they've been looking up to. Actually, are they actually who they thought they were? People are questioning their thoughts about Bill Cosby, about R. Kelly. Some people grew up on their music, on their comedy and all that, and they're questioning all that. There's so many things people are questioning right now.
Based on reports that I have here from a reliable source online, so far there's nothing of that. It's just a rumor that just, you know, started trending on Twitter, particularly. And so there is no news source to really corroborate this, what you said about Oprah. So right now we can't actually say, oh yeah, she really
so
got arrested.
when things trend on Twitter, there are always some things that spark the fires and light the fires. There was some story about her doing a special on Harvey Weinstein and doing a lot of business with them. And the truth is, it's like something from the movies, you know. Sensationalism is very, very possible. So I did put in front allegedly.
So it's possible someone just wanted to just start up something on Twitter, because, and then you know, it's sparking quite an outrage. Because of course it's Oprah.
It's Oprah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like nobody wants
Oprah.
to believe that.
Yeah.
Nobody ever wants to.
I don't even believe.
You don't want to.
No,
Neither do I.
I will not.
Nobody. Nobody.
I will not.
You just even put out something 3 minutes ago. It says, just got a phone call that my name is trending.
Yeah.
I'm being trolled for some awful fake thing. It's not true.
Okay.
I haven't been raided
Or
or
arrested.
arrested. I'm just sanitizing and self-distancing with the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Stay safe, everybody.
All right, so if, talking about the quarantine, and, you know, especially in China, you know, there's been a decline in the coronavirus outbreak, at least to a reasonable extent in China. So it turns out that about 88 couples filed for divorce after being quarantined. You know, they were advised to stay home.
Oh my goodness.
So they're not used to being with each other?
So they're not used to being with each other, and you know, it became a conversation on Twitter, because people started talking. I mean, that's a good time to spend with my partner, to get to know my partner more. That means if you're newly married. And then it turns out that it's, you know, it wasn't it wasn't, well, for a couple of people, it wasn't actually a good idea. It wasn't a good experience, because they're like, well, no, no.
There was actually a particular guy that was live tweeting everything his wife was doing at home. So, oh my gosh, she's coming to the living room. He was tweeting like that. Okay, all right, is she gonna pick up the remote? Guys, she picked up the remote. She's about to change it. What do I do? People were then advising him on what to do. And I just found it entertaining, but also alarming that, you know, we've become so distant because of school, work, the kids, that even just staying in a small space together for a second.
You feel like you're choking each other, like.
Mike, why do I feel like you have this thing of I can't relate?
No, but imagine, because
No, it's good because too, when we do as individuals, as much as we progress by working together with people, we also do need our space. And at times when you are, especially after a very long time, when you've not been that
Close.
together
Yeah.
in a long while, you have teething problems. I mean, I remember there's this documentary about some people who, or some husband and wife who went to take this lie detector, and they were talking about stuff and enhanced stuff, and then there was a detector there, it was a polygraph test, and they had to find out things. So definitely there are some things that you definitely find out which you've not seen before about the progression of your partner.
True.
You've not seen some things. The person has been 5 years, we've always been going to work, and now for 2 weeks we've been together. For the last time this happened was our honeymoon.
This just reminds me of a conversation I had with a friend a few days ago about marriage being an institution, and how people just like the idea of getting married. People are married physically, not emotionally, not mentally, and then
spiritually at this point.
Yeah, well, so it becomes a challenge at some point where they can't live with the realities that they're faced with, after getting married. So we're looking at me like, oh, you're a motivational speaker.
You know why? Because today's Wednesday. I think for like the past 5 days, I've had marriage conversations with different people.
Okay, yeah, you're at that point.
Yeah. And to be honest, I just feel sad because the mindset people have and the realities are so different. And so if you're out there and you're like under marriage pressure, yo, chill.
Yeah, it's not that deep.
Okay, we'll take a break now. And when we get back, we'll be giving you your birthday shout-outs.
Book recently by my favorite author, Brené Brown. The title is Rising Strong. She taught me a crucial skill about how to rise from pain, from shame, from hurt. It's a 3-step process she calls reckoning, rumbling, and revolution. Yeah, and the Buddha taught this to Buddhists many years ago. The core of this learning is the process she calls rumbling. To live a joyful life, she said you have to be comfortable with uncertainty, with being wrong, with confronting how you feel at any point in time. You know how something happens to you in your life, and it makes you feel a way you don't like. Maybe you are confused, maybe you are hurt, maybe you're embarrassed, maybe you lost something. Most of us have only 2 reactions. We either attack it head on, we want to stop the feeling, we want to regain our balance or our control over the situation, or we ignore it. We pretend it's not there because it's too painful, it's too shameful to confront or to admit. Maybe we get a diagnosis we don't want, so we pretend like we don't have this illness. But there's a better way, and it's the wise way, according to her research. The better way is to sit in it, to stay with it, to rumble with it, to ask yourself questions, and then think and feel through the situation. You don't give a timeline for when you're going to sort it out, because that's not how your spirit works. You take it, you gently turn it over without resisting it until the answer comes. You become comfortable with uncertainty, with ambiguity, with lack of clarity. In short, you become comfortable with becoming a human being. Because that's what we are. Human beings, we don't know everything. We are confused, we are uncertain. And since I began to practice this art of rumbling, it has made my life a joy, because then I don't have to be right. I don't have to know everything. It is the most important thing anybody has taught me recently.
Thank you very much, Mike. Yes, guys, you're about to witness the first performer on the show today. Mide Bells is an Afro-pop artist whose songs are doing pretty well on different digital platforms. His new song, Jaye, proves this young talent is an act to look out for. But first, let's find out what he's performing this morning. Oh, yes, of course, you're performing to Jaye, right? All right, so tell me, you've been doing this since 2017. How's it been?
Yeah, it's been a rough patch, but we have to pull through.
Okay, so you want to tell me some of those challenges that you go through as an upcoming artist?
Yeah, we go through a lot. Nobody wants to do stuff that they want to do for an artist, but just want to get off what they want to get off.
Okay.
Like, they just want to, they've got like, I know this person, I know that person, not off the
based
talent.
On connections.
Yeah, not off the talent.
Okay. Yeah. You talked earlier about collaborating with Tenny. Why
yeah,
Tenny?
Sure. Soon. It's like cross fingers.
Okay, fingers crossed. Yeah. Okay, so what's next for you as an artist? You know, you're not signed onto a record label yet, so...
Like, it's a family thing.
Okay.
Just support, like, so that's it for now.
Okay.
There's no big deal about not like a Maven or Chalk City or something.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so I'm just going to allow you to do your thing.
Thank you very much.
Jaye.
At the top of every hour, we start the show afresh, bringing something better than what you had in the previous hour.
Definitely. Welcome to the second lap on your numero uno breakfast show on television. Of course, we're back with all the positive energy that you can put together in the world.
Yes, we still have quite a lot coming up shortly. Please stay with us till the end. My name is Tokwe Olonio.
Yeah, she forgot to add Tokwe Amotekun Olonio.
Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, so there was an anti-Amotekun protest in Ekiti State yesterday. So you're pro, right? You're pro.
I'm just wearing a dress. I'm just wearing a dress.
I'm Mike Mesekeno now, of course. Remember to stream with us live. tvcentertainment.tv, that's the website. Facebook, it's at TVC Connect.
Now, we really, really want to see what you have to say to us. Send in your comments across all our social media platforms with the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
Download our app, Android and iOS, and watch us anywhere around the world once you have internet connection. Of course, in the kitchen this morning, we have Chef Yabez, who got extremely excited.
Yes!
Why were you excited?
Chef Yabez is here.
Why were you excited?
I really like Chef Yabez's cooking. I don't I don't like others.
Okay.
In the building, he right here, and I'm gonna be hanging out in the kitchen with him. I can't wait, can't wait.
All right. Okay, so we have a home makeover this morning. Faith Olajumoke of 10 Applause Interiors will be here to talk about home decor trends in 2020.
Also coming with a second musical performance is singer and songwriter Jay Fresh.
Hey, no one else like you, my girl.
We have an official Guinness World Record holder who will be coming in today to talk about how he won his award, which is for the longest dance marathon.
And on nutrition, Omolola Ajilola will be joining us again, but this time to discuss setting goals when it comes to nutrition.
Now, for a tip and tricks on how to revamp your old sleepers into something new, stick around. Life hacks, has you covered on that one.
Now, on relationship, we are going to be tackling something common in modern relationships with certified life coach Oluwatobi talking about managing expectations in relationships and marriage.
Timini Egbuson is a Nigerian actor and model who, of course, is a recent recipient of the Viewers' Choice Awards from the AMVCAs. Now he will be here to talk to us about what's up with him, what's new, and his elevated status.
I don't have a problem with you. It's him I'm worried about.
Thanks.
I'm really looking forward to the nutritional segment, the nutrition segment actually, because talks about how to set goals for your nutrition.
So setting goals is challenging in this part of the world, in my opinion, because of the type of food we eat and what is most commonplace, what you can find in the market, most affordable. So the more affordable foods seem to be the ones with higher calories, the ones that are more fattening, and the ones that are even tastier. But,
I think it just
the tasty foods are just so fattening.
Well, in my opinion, I think it's it's discipline. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to eat everything. Some of us just like to eat everything.
Anything
you know?
everything.
Exactly. And I'm guilty of that, you know. So every single time I want to set goals on what to eat, what not to eat, I always break it, you know, and it's a struggle, like you say, it's a struggle, but I know we'll get there eventually.
I read something towards the beginning of this year, and it said if we complain about how our system doesn't work, but have you tried making your bed every morning? If you could make your bed every morning, then you can do something.
You can start from there. When your bed is made and then you come out, you want to clean the room, you want to stand up, okay, you ensure that everything is in place. From there to work and all that, it starts somewhere. And I understand that, you know, it's a mindset. It's a mindset, getting yourself, and it also applies to nutrition and all that. And, you know...
If you want to eat,
I say normally that people talk about starting being very hard. I say starting is not as hard as being consistent. You know, it's to be truthful, it's easy to start.
Yeah.
You understand? Being consistent, because there's something I started recently, and I've started it many times. Like, so I almost broke down and I was like, God, I've not been as consistent. Oh, this time around again, just pick up, Just pick up, Let don't allow the
pressure,
the feeling of the down feeling of not continuing. Just start. Let's just continue starting.
And then start small. So
yes.
it could be as little as stopping soda, or not stopping it completely, reducing the number of bottles you take
a week. Exactly.
Yeah. And then eventually make it 1 bottle a week, and then from there, 0 soda. You know,
just give yourself a reward.
Yeah.
What I would do at that time is that, okay, if you stay 1 month, then you know 1 day not take like 1 bottle. And maybe those kind of rewards help. Like what some people call cheat days. Although I know somebody that has cheat days almost every day. She's here. Where's Walla Betty?
Where are you?
Maybe that's a cheat day.
We have
but
to
hey,
head over to the
yeah, of
news
course.
now.
Ibrahim is on standby for that.
Welcome to the news again. The 2-week warning strike embarked upon by Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, is to continue. This is as the meeting between the union and federal government again ended in a deadlock on Tuesday. Both parties are yet to reach common ground on salient issues which led to the warning strike. ASU declared a 2-week warning strike to protest non-implementation of agreements by the federal government and enrollment into the integrated personnel and payroll information system. Cases of the coronavirus are increasing. Fears are heightened, and there is uncertainty as millions of people around the world struggle to cope with life under various forms of lockdown. But here in Nigeria, movement within the country is unrestricted, but the federal government has banned public and civil servants from embarking on foreign trips. The government also urged citizens to cancel or postpone any form of travel abroad, especially to countries with high risk, and those who do will be monitored for 14 days. But some Nigerians say the government should restrict entry into the country as part of measures to tackle the spread of the disease.
It has become necessary to advise all public officials in the ministries, departments and agencies, including parastatals, that government has banned all forms of travels out of the country for whatever reason, whether for meetings, bilateral, multilateral, conferences, seminars, workshops, presentations, negotiations, and any form of other ceremonies. This ban will remain in place until further notice and until the situation of the pandemic nature of the coronavirus abates.
This resolution was reached after the inauguration of the 12-man presidential task force to deal with the coronavirus pandemic. The responsibility of the task force includes strengthening the national response strategy, particularly in the area of testing, containment and management. The national chairman of the All Progressives Congress Party, Adams Oshiomhole, has appealed to all warring members of the National Working Committee to embrace dialogue and peace. This is coming after the party's series of crises which culminated in some members filing a lawsuit against the national chairman, Adams Oshiomhole, restraining him from performing his duties. Tensions are high as the two factions of the National Working Committee of the All Progressives Congress Party arrived at the party secretariat. The meeting is expected to address concerns which gave rise to various court rulings for and against the national chairman, Adams Oshomole. It's the first meeting of the National Working Committee after the suspension of the national chairman, and after months of taking the offensive. It's a conciliatory leader who addresses other members of the committee, pledging to change his style of leadership and admitting that he has not been the best party chairman in the world. 3 persons who recently came into the country have been placed under watch after a 30-year-old lady who came into Nigeria from the United Kingdom tested positive to the coronavirus. This brings to 3 the number of cases in the country, including the one who tested positive from Ogun State, that is now well and discharged. This was revealed at the latest COVID-19 briefing. And that's the news update for this hour. Up next.
That your cardiovascular exercise are very, very important. Welcome to the fitness segment with BenFit. This morning, today is going to be awesome because I'm going to pump your heart out, very pumping. Boom, boom, boom. That's what we're doing. Are you good to go? It's cardio exercises today. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be interesting. I'm clapping for you because I know you can do it. Are you ready? Foot fire. Take your time. Take your time. Keep pumping. That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. Foot fire, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, relax it, relax it. Are you ready? I want you to repeat that exercise again. 2 hands this way. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. That's good, relax it. Number 2 exercise, foot fire and burpees. Whoa, 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 whoa. Master exercise. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, go. 1, 2, 3, down, go, boom, ha, 1, 2, 3, 4, go, come on, boom, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, go, yes, go, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, whoo, ha, 1, 2, 3, and relax it, whoa, yes, if you're following the exercises, you should know that it's not easy. I'm sure by now, your heart rate will be pumping. I want to regulate it. Stay calm. Stay calm. Number 2 exercises. Oh, number 3. Thank you for that. Number 3 is tummy truck. Go. You see? Yes. Yeah. That's the exercise, the basics. And if you can do the advanced, come on. Let's do this. You see that? Are you ready? Ready? Because it's cardio. 5, 4, 3, 2, go. Come on, come on. Keep pumping. Keep pumping. Each exercise lasts for 40 seconds. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Don't stop, don't stop. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Relax it. That's good. You rest for 20 seconds. You can see the way I'm breathing hard. It's not because the weather is hot. It's because I'm working out. Yes. Are you ready? Ready? Number 4, the almighty jumping jacks. You know what jumping jack is? But take your time. I'm giving you another variation today. We go 1, 2, 1, and 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, and 2. Come on, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1. Let's go. 1, 2, 1. 2 more. 1, 2, 1. 1 more. 1, 2, 1. And take your time. Yes. The last exercise is going to be star jump. If you love star, let me see your hands up. Yeah. I'm a superstar. Are you ready? Take your time. Squats position and hop. You see? Squats position and hop. Squats position, up. 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 Squats position. 1 more to go. Squats position and relax it. Awesome, awesome. I'm sure by now, if you follow these exercises, your heart rate will be up. I want you to regulate it. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Just one more to go. Inhale and exhale. I promise you one thing, good health. Follow this exercise. It's still your #1 breakfast show. Don't go anywhere. Wake Up Nigeria continues.
Thank you for that one. And with all that Keep Fit we just showed you, we're going to show you one of the best meals to take if you are not working out immediately after. Yes, one of the creamiest, tastiest, most calorific meals you could ever find. We're going to be making that today with Chef Yabez. Welcome back to the studio.
Thank you.
All right. Now, your skills are, in fact, they're out of this world. And I know that you're going to make something really interesting today. Yeah. Tell us what we're making.
Okay, today we are about to make cream caramel.
Cream caramel.
Yeah.
Creme caramel.
Yeah, creme caramel.
Yes. Okay, so what are the ingredients we need for creme caramel?
For creme caramel, we have, it's a simple dessert. We have our eggs, sugar, milk.
Eggs, sugar, milk.
And then vanilla.
That's all?
That's all.
Eggs, sugar, milk and vanilla flavor. That's all
Very
you need
easy.
for this? Yeah. But this is a lot of eggs, though. Are we using all these, or it's just for display?
Just for the display.
Okay, all right. So how many eggs precisely do we need?
Like today, we are about to use 5.
5 eggs?
Yeah, 5 eggs.
Okay.
Then ½ liter of milk.
So the milk, is it any special type of milk?
This is whole milk, or you can use full cream milk.
Whole milk, full cream milk.
Full cream
but
milk.
not powdered milk?
Not powdered milk.
Okay, so if I had powdered milk and I mixed it with water, would it work?
It can work, but it depends on the measurement.
Okay.
But just to avoid any problem,
okay,
you need to go ahead with your
okay.
milk.
Okay,
Milk, yeah.
whole milk.
Yeah,
all right
milk
then.
It's the best.
So what is the first thing we need to do?
First of all, let us make our caramel sauce.
Caramel sauce?
Yeah.
Okay.
The caramel sauce, we need to use sugar.
Okay. Sugar straight
Sugar.
in the pan.
Then add little water.
So this is like about ½ a cup, right?
Sorry?
That's like ½ a cup of water?
No, you are not going to use all the water, just a little.
Okay. All right. Let me see if I can help with that heat.
No,
is it on?
It's
okay,
on.
it's on. Okay, fantastic. So we're just waiting for that to heat up?
We need to wait for the sugar to turn the color.
Okay.
The brown color.
This is just ordinary white sugar, ordinary
white sugar
water.
and water.
All right.
Yeah.
It'll turn brown.
Turn
so while
brown.
we're waiting for that to turn brown, what next do we?
Let us start with our Costa.
Okay.
We call it Costa Pundit. With ½ liter of milk, we need to use 3 eggs.
Okay. 3 eggs with ½ a liter of milk. Okay. All right.
Then you add 2 yolk.
2 yolk.
Yeah, 2 yolk.
So none of the white in this one?
None of the white.
Okay. All right. So I want to see how you're going to remove the yolk here. Can we show that? So you are dancing with that yolk right now.
Yeah.
Are we going to use the whites for anything later?
No.
So 2 yolks.
2 yolks, yeah.
What's the significance of using extra yolk here?
The extra yolk we allow you to give the consistency of the.
Okay, consistency, I
Yeah.
guess. So I did hear that there are different types of desserts that you need the white of the egg, and there are desserts that need the yolk. So this is one of those desserts that need more of the yolk.
More of the yolk.
All right then. So what's next?
The next, we need to whisk. the egg. From there, you add your sugar.
Okay. So that's like about half a cup of sugar?
No, for three eggs plus the 2 yolk, you need to use 140 grams.
Okay, so you actually have to measure it, 140 grams.
40 grams.
Beautiful.
But before that, let us put our milk. You need to heat small.
Okay.
The milk.
All right. Okay. You're not adding anything to the milk?
No, no need to add anything. Just warm.
Meanwhile, our sugar is bubbling.
Yeah.
Here. We're just waiting for this to thicken and change color as we make caramel sauce. Today we're making creme caramel, a beautiful dessert. Chef Yabez is in the kitchen with me. We're having fun, people. You need to stay right there as we take this break.
Welcome back. You're still on to Wake Up Nigeria. And of course, it's our home makeover segment. And Faith Olajumoke-Megwara, creative lead at 10 Applause Interiors, is back for the segment this morning. And today she'll be talking to us about home decor trends this year. Hello, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so I am so looking forward to having this conversation about home decor trends for this year. So tell us, do we start with the living room or from the bedroom?
Okay, it's general. I think it's applicable everywhere.
Okay.
So I'll just speak on the point that that you can use everywhere.
Okay.
Okay, so in 2020, you know, there's a huge noise, huge attention paid on the global warming. So it's important that we are intentional now about some of the things that are used in our spaces.
Okay.
We start with the color. The colors we use. Before, we could just be interested in a type of color, in the attractiveness or the brightness of a color and use it. But now it is important that we pay attention because this transcends to most of how we function, our health in particular.
Okay.
Okay, so we look at blue. Blue is very much in common now because it sends calmness. It's a type of balanced color. Okay. It creates balance. It sends calmness, and then it's good for intuition. Like it increases intuition. We're in a world where a lot of attention, or we derive so much from skills.
Okay, so what kind of blue are you talking about? Okay. We're not talking royal blue now.
No.
So what kind of blue are you talking about? I think we need to be specific with kind of blue we're working with.
We're talking about the dark blue.
Okay.
The dark blue, not royal blue. Royal blue is still kind of bright. Dark blue that tilts towards gray.
Okay.
It sends some kind of calmness. And then you find yourself more like we resonate inwards more.
Okay. Blue. You're not talking of the walls now. Are you talking of the curtains or the doors, or what exactly should we pay more attention to?
In general, you can have a deco piece in blue.
Okay.
I'm only saying in your space, it is important to have, or you should have, a sparkle blue somewhere to send the right air. And then we also look at the feng shui kind of decor. Feng shui decor actually means decor that pays attention to wellness. So everything you pick in your space, your intention about your health.
Okay.
So this is where you now look at when you introduce plants in your space so that you can balance the air you breathe, which is what I meant when I say we pay more attention to global warming now.
Yeah.
So your intention about the kind of air you breathe, what you have in your space, that's what feng shui kind of decor actually speaks so much about.
Okay.
And then we are promoting family time together. So it's important, or you could have the home theater in your house. Before, yes, we could also still go to the movies. This is not taking away that, but because we're promoting that unity, family time, so you can have a space, bonding time. You have a space in your home where you have a home theater, yes.
So you just
take
put
out
off the
time,
lights and
yes,
just leave the TV on.
Yes.
And, okay.
If you have a room to that, that's fantastic. So that you can block out the noise. So you can have the same theater effect even in your space. Okay. So, and then we also look at our pieces, the decor pieces. Now a lot of attention is paid to the pieces, the French pieces. You want to remember taking a tour to Paris while in your home. So you find French antiques piece here and there. You use it to spice up your decor accessories. All of these contribute to, you know, what we have trending at the moment. Yes.
All right. So you've talked about plants now. Do you have any specific plants in mind? Because you know what plants does basically is, you know, it traps in some of the air and then it emits air that's good, you know, for our environment. So what plants are you suggesting?
Okay, well, generally it's always good to have lavender in the house.
That sounds expensive.
Yeah, no, not really. Some of these things are not so expensive compared to the functions that they give. The functions, what we get to enjoy from them. So you could have lavender, but generally, even if you can't lay your hands on lavender, any plant at all, plants are just wonderful. Any plant at all will have a significant effect in your space.
So now talking about, you know, the role the plants plays in your space. Are we talking about the living room space, the room space, the kitchen space? What kind of space are you?
You could even have plants in your bathroom, everywhere.
Really, bathroom?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, everywhere. It's even wonderful to have it in your bathroom because that's where we have a lot of water, and we have a lot of steam, and also all of the air trapped in is not usually what we enjoy so much. So the plant balances it. It does a lot of that.
Thank you so much, Miss Faith, for such an enlightening conversation on home decor trends this year. Looking forward to more next week.
Yes, definitely.
All right. And that's it for today on Home Makeover segment. Next is we're moving over to TM Tokwe. Hello, Tokwe.
Thank you so much, MM. Now, our second performance for this morning is Unwori Chukwuemeka, popularly known as J Fresh. Now, he is an Afropop artist and a lead guitarist who started his music career in 2017 with music as his first choice. Considering what he studied, he released his debut single, Check Don't Clear early this year. Now, his latest single, Like Mine, has received lots of buzz across all platforms, also earning him a good deal with a giant telecommunication brand. Okay. Yo, so 2020 started with a bang. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about Like Mine.
Yeah, Like Mine was actually inspired when I went to a studio I was going to do a project for a company. So they said they need something like nice that people actually vibe to, that can catch attention of everybody. You know, trust me, in this country now, you actually have to favor the ladies first before. So that's what I do, guys. I still like now.
Okay, so that's what Like Mine.
So Like Mine, I listen to the song. You know, I play the soundtrack with my friends that what they feel about this soundtrack, and it's cool, but I should make sure that I give space. You know, I should not rush it. And so in the midst of, you know, some guys that like the beat, so trying to vibe to it, someone just started with "Ew." If you listen to the song, you see that I started with "Ew."
Okay.
So they were just doing their own.
You know what? I'm sure so many people are looking forward to hearing the "Ew." So instead of us boring them, let's have you blow us away with Like Mine.
Okay, thank you.
All right then.
Say your baby fine like mine. Don't you wish say your baby smile like mine? Yeah, you sing so. Don't you wish so? Baby boo. Hey, no one else like you, my girl.
Welcome back to the kitchen on Wake Up Nigeria. We have Chef Yabez here. Now, if you didn't join us earlier when we started this, you missed quite an interesting process. We're making creme caramel. It's a dessert, yes?
It's dessert.
Okay. And the ingredients, could we go over the ingredients one more time?
Okay, for the creme caramel, we need to use eggs,
okay,
sugar, milk.
Eggs, sugar, milk,
and vanilla.
and vanilla.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Earlier on, we had a frying pan on the heat there with sugar.
With sugar with water for the caramel sauce.
Okay, can you show me what the caramel sauce looks like now? Okay, so this was the consistency he was looking for, and it's so thick now that it's not even shifting at the bottom of the bowl.
No.
It's so thick. Where's the pan? You've taken the pan away? Oh, goodness me. All he did was add water.
Water to the, you can see?
Yeah, and it just caramelized, literally. So what's the next move now? What do we do now?
Okay, the next move, we need to warm our milk.
Okay.
Just little. Then add to the egg.
Okay.
The egg.
So the eggs were not warmed in any way?
No.
Just the warm milk?
Just warm milk.
So I can see you're adding it little by little. You're not just adding it all?
No, you don't need to add once. You need to add little by little.
Okay. And there's nothing else added to this milk?
Nothing.
Okay. Fantastic. 5 eggs.
2 yolks.
2 yolks and half a liter of
Half liter of milk.
All right, so what's next?
Thank you. No.
Ooh, hot.
It's very, very hot. It's very, very hot. In the next, we need to fill our ramekin.
Okay. So the caramel is at the bottom there, not much.
Not much.
So is that the level it's going to be? Or is it going to rise? Is it going to... Is anything going to... What's going to happen in the oven? I'm wondering. What are we looking out for?
No, we are looking at the consistency.
Okay.
Because when you add the milk to the egg, later after cooking, you see that you look like custard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Custard and caramel.
But the real English name is custard pudding.
Custard pudding?
Yeah. That's the real English name. Because that cream caramel is French name.
But that's what we hear mostly. I guess this is something we see in hotels a lot.
Cream caramel.
In their buffet service. Okay. So straight onto the oven dish. Or oven pan, rather. And...
But this one, in case you don't have an oven in the house, you can use your pot.
You can use a pot?
You can use pot.
You mean put them in a pot?
Put them in the pot, add your warm water, then cover it, put it on the fire.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So moi moi style?
Moi moi style, yeah.
You could steam it.
But before that, we need to cover the up. We need to cover the up with the foil paper.
Why are we covering it?
Just to avoid the water to enter inside.
Okay. All right. The heat of the oven is escaping. Individually covered. Let me help with that. And while I'm helping with that, as you can see, we're going to cover these 4 jars with foil paper to seal it in and avoid moisture from getting in there. And we're going to put it in the oven. But right now, we have to move on to our relationship discussion. That should be interesting.
Yeah, Tobilola is here, of course, and we are going straight to relationships. She's a certified family life coach and seasoned entrepreneur. Now she's passionate about marriages and family well-being. Of course, her outfit, Three Chord Couples, is a premarital and post-marital counseling outfit where she mentors on marriage and family well-being. Now, she is on the show today to talk to us about managing expectations in relationships. It's great to have you, Tobilola. You're welcome. Great to be here. Okay, so we're going all around married and unmarried relationships generally. People have expectations. I'm telling you. So, especially when people are coming out from one relationship into another, they have things that have happened before that, you know, they've cultured their minds and all of that, and expectations are really there. Yeah. Let's talk about the basic expectations, first of all, that people have in relationships. What are the basic, the most common ones that you can tell us about?
Okay, people expect a lot of things from their relationships or from their partners, and we can go on and on about the list. They expect that, okay, the guy will be this, the lady will be that. They will be nice, they will be loving, they will be caring. Some of them feel they will, yeah, that's what they say. That some of them feel this guy will be my financial support. They will give me everything I need. The guy feels that the lady should be the homemaker, the home builder, cook for me. There are a lot of expectations, financial expectations, expectations for the family. This person will take care of my family. This person will
Exactly, that's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one. So, but then not all that glitters is gold. We don't always get what we expect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do these, how do we manage to deal with those sort of expectations?
So one of the things we have to do is we have to communicate the expectations. So sometimes people don't really meet up to your expectations because they don't even know what you expect.
You know, it happens at a relationship. You expect someone to read your mind.
Exactly.
I know I'm just not feeling okay, and then you expect that person just knows intuitively and all that. But it doesn't always happen that way.
Especially women. So sometimes we just expect that the guy should know, read my countenance.
Read my countenance, I understand.
And
you ladies, you don't know.
Both ways.
It's both
I'm just
ways.
saying, especially women.
It
So yes, we have to communicate our minds. We have to communicate our expectations so we can be in sync. So the other partner knows exactly what you want, how you feel. And if they can't meet up, they will be able to say, this is how it should be. And both of you can now come into an agreement, and then you'll be able to manage.
Okay, now what if after a marriage or a relationship has been, let's look at both ways now, and then you now notice that there are some expectations that this person can't meet that you feel are, you can't take? Are you trying to say that you should work at it, or is that a time to...
After marriage? I mean, after you have
let's say after marriage. Let's say after, okay, let's start with marriage. After marriage, you find out this person cannot meet some expectations that you thought the person could meet. What happens then?
Okay, so it means you didn't even talk about it while courting.
Which is quite a problem.
Which is a problem. Because I always go back to the foundation. That what was the foundation? What were the things you guys were discussing before you got married? Because all those are very important. So for those that are not married, I think they need to, like I said, communicate their expectations clearly. And there are some that you can bend, there are some you cannot bend. So once you see that this person cannot meet up to this expectation, it's better to just stay back.
What if you love the person? You know, people are like, I love the person.
You know, last week on the show, we talked about the how to decide or what are the basic things you need to know. Yeah. So there are some things, there are some values, there are some of your expectations that you should not bend. Because you know that these are important. These are healthy expectations that should happen in this relationship.
For example, can you enumerate a few of the kind of expectations you think ladies or guys should not bend when it comes to opposing to their spouses?
For instance, you expect that a guy should have a means of livelihood. So you are now saying that this person does not have, and it's not that he's trying and he's not getting. You see that he's not so into work. He just does not. He's just being lazy, or he's just procrastinating, or you are just enabling those bad behaviors because you are seeing that this person will be there for me, or this person will do. So you should not bend that.
Well,
some of your values probably. Violence. You should not bend that.
At all.
So you see the signs, some of the signs, maybe verbal abuse. You see those things in the relationship, and you should not bend those ones. This person does not do this, or this person talks to me this way. You should not bend integrity and all those things.
All right.
But now, to answer your question, when now married, and you see that, okay, maybe some of the things you didn't notice or probably is changing in some ways, then sometimes you have to be realistic. So a lot of times we have unrealistic expectations. That's another one. So you have to keep it to a minimum because you know that you're already in it.
You're already in it, right?
You're already in it. So be realistic, then change your perception. Sometimes it's even, you know, especially if you know that it's just maybe like a want. You know, there are needs, there are wants.
Exactly.
So if you see that it's not really a need that you're
necessity.
desperate for, then you can bend it. You can, you know, keep it low a bit, then communicate it, and maybe gradually you might be able to see the change that you want.
Require.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Tobiola. It was great talking to you.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
at least I believe that you understand a little bit more how to manage expectations in your relationship and marriage. All right. I'm looking forward to having you some other time.
Thank you.
And that's it. On the second lap of the show, we'll take a short recess now. When we get back, the final lap of the show, you don't want to miss what we have.
Welcome to the third hour of the show. The next 45 minutes is definitely going to be
the bomb. Super interesting. Of course, if you're just joining in, thank you very much for being a part of the show, even though you are late. But then, hey, the best part of the show is yet to come. All right. Now, of course, there's much more. There's much more. 45 minutes. We have quite a lot to expect. And a lot has been going on. Your favorite chef has been in the house.
Chef Yabe.
Okay. I don't know why you're so excited.
Before other chefs don't think I don't like them. I love you all.
All right.
I get freebies from Chef Yabez.
Good, wonderful. I am Mike Messikeno.
And I am Tokwe Olonio.
Of course, you can stream with us live at tvcentertainment.tv. On Facebook, it's at TVC Connect.
Now, remember to send in your comments. We definitely want to know what you have to say to us. If you like the chain that Mike is wearing, I think he's switching it up for us.
This confirmed though.
Oh, shit.
You know there's a test chain now.
How?
You sell jewelry. How do you test?
No, I want the way you're doing as if you're there to lick your chain.
It's like this. Confirmed. Have you seen those guys? So I growing up, of course, you go to his back and then anything that someone wants to test is the mouth.
Yeah,
you want to test battery, if his battery is still active, the mouth. You want to, even shoe. Look at the shoe and bend.
Wow.
Or that now original. They want to test your dress.
Come on, no, I don't know.
What? But hey, come on. Of course, you can download our app on both Android and iOS. You need to test it, but then it will give you, once you have internet connection, you can watch us anywhere around the world.
Yes, now we have a trick that's coming up later in the show with She's going to show you how to revamp your shoes. Now that is life hacks.
And then, of course, we have an official Guinness World Record holder who will be in the house. He'll talk to us about how he won that record. Of course, it's for the longest dance marathon. And of course, I met him earlier. Timini is in the house with his award. He's going to be telling us about his status. This movie, Elevator Baby. I heard so much about this movie, and I can't wait to hear what he has to say about it.
Yeah.
Was it for the same movie? Because she won.
Yeah, she won. Yes, it was for the same movie. And she was pregnant.
Yeah,
she was legit pregnant.
She was 7 months.
She was 7 months, 3 weeks pregnant when shooting for that. When they shot the movie, and
yes,
we know. Not everybody actually keeps that kind of thing secrets.
Yeah.
Because if you notice, even when she gave her speech at the award show, she said she gave Coach she actually appreciated the production team for keeping her pregnancy a secret.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she did.
Okay, so she wanted to keep it
Yeah,
a
she
secret
wanted to keep it a
while
secret while she was,
filming.
while she was filming.
Okay,
And, you know,
wonderful.
it was, I have to give it to her because 7 weeks, 7 months pregnant.
You're shooting a movie.
I am shooting
but
a movie.
it kind of worked, you know. It kind of worked.
I mean, for
so probably the emotions might have been much
real. Yeah.
Like, you know, you could just tell the boy, kick now.
I don't think it works that way.
I mean, I'm just saying, just tell the baby, kick now. Someone says that when the baby is at home and with the mom, everything's just okay. When they go outside somewhere, you don't see the baby, you're kicking, mommy, you know?
But you know, when I had Elsie, when I was pregnant for Elsie, when she hears music, while I was pregnant with her,
she danced.
I hear her feet move, like she was like, you know, moving
This makes me remember
rapidly.
my all-time favorite movie, 3 Idiots.
Oh, okay.
You remember where they always said something, all is well. They always used to say it to the baby and all of that. And then when they were going to be delivered off the baby, and then they couldn't, you know, the baby came out and wasn't, you know, responding. And then, you know, they just said all is well. And then the baby, you know, like, this was something that I used to feel. And it was so, it's an experience that happens in life. And for me, that's like my #1 favorite movie of all time. 3 Idiots. That movie.
But also working with, for someone like Timini, working with a pregnant woman, also, I think any man in close quarters with a pregnant woman has to have the highest amount of patience in the world.
Exactly.
Because imagine how many bathroom breaks she had to take, how many times they'll have to just cut because she needs to go pee or something. You just imagine how that shoot must have been.
Is it a must? Like every, they say some ladies have morning sickness, some don't.
No, you must not always have morning sickness. Oh, yeah, but at that point, at that moment, at that point in time, your uterus,
your bladder,
is pressed on your bladder, so the pressure is more. So you pee more than usual.
Okay, so go listen. There's something. There's also another movie I want to. There's also another movie I want to reference called Farrell Phone Booth. It was just one person for like 90% of the movie. And this is the kind of movie that you had 2 people for. I think most of it, right? I'm not. I want to now. I had good reviews about the movie. I would want to go check it. I hope it comes out on Netflix so that we can get to see it and all of that. But 2 people for most of the movie. That is really, you have to act.
That shows range and it shows their deliverability, their ability to deliver.
To deliver, good.
Because if they're not good, it will be very obvious.
And I hear that Tonya Yimakun is a professional. Oh, sorry, Abraham. Sorry. No, she's no longer Imako anymore. Abraham. She's like a legit professional. Like, so I just want to imagine her state of mind shooting that movie.
Wonderful. The guys are pumped up.
We're going to get to, we're going to get to talk to him eventually about all this. It's going to be really great. You should send in your questions as soon as you can with our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC. It's time for the news now, and Ibrahim is standing by.
Titi, I'm looking at your face, the way it's, sparkling.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
The 2-week warning strike embarked upon by the Academic Staff Union of Universities ASU is to continue. This is as the meeting between the union and federal government again ended in a deadlock on Tuesday. Both parties are yet to reach common ground on salient issues which led to the warning strike. ASU declared a 2-week warning strike to protest non-implementation of agreement by the federal government and enrollment into the integrated personnel and payroll information system. The cases of the coronavirus are increasing, fears are heightened, and there is uncertainty as millions of people around the world struggle to cope with life under various forms of lockdown. But here in Nigeria, movement within the country is unrestricted, but the federal government had banned public and civil servants from embarking on foreign trips. The government also urged citizens to cancel or postpone any form of travel abroad, especially to countries with high risk, and those who do will be monitored for 14 days. But some Nigerians say the government should restrict entry into the country as part of measures to tackle the spread of the disease. This resolution was reached after the inauguration of the 12-man presidential task force to deal with the coronavirus pandemic. The responsibility of the task force includes strengthening the national response strategy, particularly in the area of testing, containment, and management. And the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress Party, Adams Oshiomhole, has appealed to all warrant members of the National Working Committee to embrace dialogue and peace. This is coming after the party's series of crises, which culminated in some members filing a lawsuit against the national chairman, Adams Oshiomhole, restraining him from performing his duties. Tensions are high as the two factions of the National Working Committee of the All Progressives Congress Party arrived at the party secretariat. The meeting is expected to address concerns which gave rise to various court rulings for and against the national chairman, Adams Oshiomhole. It's the first of the meeting of the National Working Committee after the suspension of the national chairman and after months of taking the offensive. It's a conciliatory leader who addresses other members of the committee, pledging to change his style of leadership and admitting that he has not been the best party chairman in the world. And 3 persons who recently came into the country have been placed on the watch after a 30-year-old lady who came into Nigeria from the United Kingdom tested positive to the coronavirus. This brings to 3 the number of cases in the country, including the one who tested positive from Ogun State that's now well and discharged. This was revealed at the latest COVID-19 briefing. And that does it today on the news update for Wake Up Nigeria. Let's bring you...
Welcome back. You're on to Wake Up Nigeria. And of course, today on Life Hacks, I'll be teaching you how to revamp your old slippers. You know, we all have those slippers worn out or looking that we would just dumped somewhere, you know, in the corner of our closets. I'll be teaching you how to revamp them instead of throwing them away. So I'm going to be teaching you 2 ways to revamp your old slippers. So I'm going to be teaching you how to turn them into an Ankara slippers like I have here, or one with 4. I know we ladies like this one because it's very stylish, and I can already see Betty in the background waving her hand saying, "Yeah, you go." We're not having the slippers, Betty, just so you know. Anyways, all you need to make this work is your Ankara fabric, as usual. That's if you're making an Ankara slippers, if you like the Ankara slippers, or your pair of scissors, of course, to cut out the fabric that you need to wrap around your slippers. Please make sure that before you cut out your fabric, you properly, you know, measure the size of fabric that you'll be working with. And of course, your glue. Yes, it's a must. Of course, you can't do this without your glue. So I already have started this. I'm just going to finish up with this one. So this is a rubber slippers that I just liked. And as I was driving somewhere and I saw it and I liked it and I was like, oh, okay, so I'd like to turn this into, you know, make it look different instead of just wearing it like that. I'd already started working on it. So I already have my Ankara fabric, which I'd covered halfway already. And if you notice with this one, I created a very cute little bow here, you know, just to add a little bit of style to it. So I'm just going to finish this one up and then you see how that works. So so what I did was just cut out my Ankara fabric and wrapped it round and tucked it in beneath the flap of my slippers. So what I'm just going to do here is layer on my glue on the fabric. Yes, so I'm just going to layer this on the edge of the fabric and then tuck it in. This is very, very simple. And the beauty of making an Ankara slippers is you have to also be very careful with the choice of fabric that you're working with. Please be intentional with it, because the more beautiful your fabric is, the more beautiful your fabric is, the more beautiful your slippers looks, basically. So what I'm just going to do is tuck this in like I have here, as you can see. So tuck it in nicely. Make sure it is tucked in neatly. You don't want, you know, it to look tacky. Tuck this in nicely, and there you have it. I have already created a bow, so it's not difficult creating a bow when working with an Ankara fabric. Next up is, I have my 4 here. So you can actually get this in the market where, you know, they sell tailoring items. This is very, very easy to, you know, get. It's not difficult at all. So what I did here is, of course, I have my scissors. I'm going to cut out the edges of the 4, which I'll be working with. Let me just give you an idea. So I'm just going to cut out the flory part of the 4. I know they're shaped like feathers, right? I know. So there are different types of 4. There are ones that are like feathers. There are ones that are like what I have here, as you can see, like this. It's like a cow skin, I think. Yeah. So there's one like this, and there is one like the feathers like I have here. So what I'm going to do here is just get my glue and make sure that your slippers is, like the layer you're going to be working with is clean. So I'm just going to layer on my glue here. Of course, I'll be starting here. So you just take it one at a time. So I have my feather here. I'm just going to layer this on nicely and neatly. You see what I have here? So I'm going to take out another piece that I have cut out. So while layering your feathers on, you have to be very, very intentional. Make it look nice, neat, and, you know, not all over the place. So I'm just going to layer this on neatly. Hope you're paying attention and looking closely. And if you have one of those slippers stuck somewhere in your wardrobe, you don't know what to do with it, guys, this is the way out. You don't have to throw it away, or you don't have to give it out. You just have to, you know, turn it into something that you could wear at home, you know, on a night out, one of those casual outings around the house, instead of throwing them away. So, of course, I'm going to have to cut out more pieces to layer on the slippers. So you could work with any colors. You could use black, you could use red, you could use any color at all. It depends on your choice of color. So when layering on your feathers, you have to be careful. So I'm just going to put more glue here to make sure that, you know, some of this fur doesn't stick onto the slippers. Okay, so I'm just going to work with this here. I hope you're paying attention. See that? Nice. Okay, so you take on the same process till you have all covered every part of the slippers. As you can see, it's a very easy and simple technique, not difficult at all. And you, of course, you could allow your imaginations run wild when working with slippers, or you could work with anything at all. It doesn't necessarily have to be an Ankara fabric. I mean, it's just that Ankara actually adds a bit of style to whatever, you know, to your shoes, to your bags, whatever you use it, or however you use it. But allow your imaginations run wild. And that's it on Life Hacks for today. So please, if you're trying this out, send us pictures at TVC Connect. I'd like to see what you've done. Next up, we have Mike, who's going to be having some dance conversation next with our guest. Hello, Mike.
Exactly. Wonderful life hack there. I hope you were able to learn something out there and how to revamp your slippers. Okay, so we have an official Guinness World Record holder in the house now after joining a dance competition at Circle Mall, but he could not keep up. Now, last year, Jason and his team set out to break the world dance record for a marathon. With focus and determination, they emerged winners of the longest dance marathon by relay, of course, and this one is quite a very, very big one. He's here as our guest officially. Now, a number of people have tried records. I know there are very popular ones also. They were not official. This one is official. That's his plug. That's Jason. It's great to have you, Jason. You are welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Cool.
Yeah,
you have this. Reading the citation here is massive, because from what they say here, that you are now part of 40,000 official records, you know, and that is something to be proud of. Let's talk about the journey. Now,
actually, not just 40,000. Out is just about 5%.
Yeah, 5%. Yeah. But yeah, 40,000 have, you know, world records, but like over 200,000, you know, if you look at 5% and all that. But then, hey, cool. Let's talk about your first attempt. Okay. Yeah, which you spoke about. Now, first of all, you made an attempt in what, 2017?
Yes, 2017,
to break a record, but it was a different record.
It was a different record, yes.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Okay, in 2017, I attempted the longest dance marathon by an individual.
Okay.
I danced for 63 hours, 47 minutes.
Okay.
But I didn't break that record because I overslept.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had to stop, because if I had continued, it would just be...
So there were rules that governed, or that govern every record that you want to break, right?
Record, yes.
So you went foul of the rules, and so you could not break that record officially.
Yes.
And you said something that even if you had continued, it might seem as though you might have broken the record, but officially you wouldn't have been recognized.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, so, and what happened after that?
There were a lot of challenges because, you know, I had some brands on board and all that, and everyone was all hyped. Actually, let me explain the rules.
Okay.
For the one I did in 2017, for every hour you dance, you have like 5 minutes break.
Okay.
So you have to dance for like 6 hours to have like 30 minutes break.
Okay.
So you can take your about 15 minutes and carry over. So I slept at 63 hours. I slept for like 4 hours, which was against the rules. So I didn't bother to continue. That's why I stopped.
Wow. There was nobody to wake you up or something.
No, there was because, but I was already stressed.
You're tired
I
and
was
everything.
Very tired. Yeah, but I was fit. I was fine. Just sleep. That was the issue.
That was the issue.
Yeah.
Okay, so this award, this one, longest dance marathon
by
relay.
Yeah.
All right. What were the rules for this one, and how did you achieve this?
Okay, this rule didn't have any breaks. Whenever you stop, it's where you stop. So it's like a relay race. You pass to the next person. So you dance for as long as possible. Some people dance for 8 hours, 4 hours. So you dance for as long as possible, then you pass to the next person.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how this.
That's how this one. And this was 53 hours.
28, 28,
what was the previous record before this one? How many hours was it?
When we were attempting it, it was 25 hours. But between the time we actually attempted and got approved, there was a Tesco dance beat that now broke that previous one to 30 hours.
Wow.
But we had already extended. Yes.
So did that one enter the records? The one that did 30 hours?
Yes.
And then your own now took out that 30 hours and all of that.
Yeah.
All right. So, and you had to get the material to them and all of that, and this came back to you.
Yeah.
After winning this award, what has happened to you? You're a professional dancer, right? What has happened to your career?
A lot. Deals have been coming. I've gotten approached by some brands for deals, and although right now I'm more focused on the projects we have for this year, because there are a lot of projects that we're going to be working on, but a lot has changed.
What kind of projects? Talk to me about what projects do you have?
We're going to be breaking more records this year, 2 more records this year. One is going to be a massive record because, I'm going to be breaking it with someone. Someone who's massive. So that's one. Then dance movie projects. Then I'm also into music, so I'm going to be dropping a music video.
Now I love that you say we. Now this is achieved by Team Jason, Joshua also. Can you give a shout out? Which other people would you want to just give a shout out, because it's not just you. There's a team involved in it.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Peggy, to Janet, to Cheesy, to Donald, to Joseph, to Christopher, to Shazam. We're a lot of
Shazam, you chose it. That's a strong name. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. As a Guinness World Record holder, what does this status? What does it afford you? What can you? Is there anything that this exclusive club that you're part of? Is there any kind of thing that it affords you to that you were unable to achieve before you achieved this particular status?
Yeah.
Maybe talking about what kind of doors it can open for you and all that kind of stuff.
It's already been opening a lot of doors. I've been going to places that I won't have gone with ease on a normal day.
Do they have like a Guinness World Record meeting where record holders come together or something? I don't know. Does that happen?
No.
That doesn't happen?
Because right now in Nigeria, we don't have much record holder. I don't think we're up to 10.
Yeah, I know there are a few. I have a friend who actually has 4 official world records. He has his plaques. Very official. Not today. A lot of people tell you that they want. Show us your plaque. Audio winning. This is very correct and all that. But like so you guys have never met together or something like that?
No, okay. I've actually met with Kathy. I'm very good friends with Kathy. She's like a big sister to me. And DJ Obi too.
Okay.
We actually know quite a number of them.
All right, cool. This is wishing you and your team the best, and
thank you.
Keep doing us proud. This is a good thing for Nigeria to be on the map for great things, not just on the other side and all of that. Thank you very much. All right, all the best.
Thank you very much.
Okay, that's it. So probably if you want to break a world record, ensure your advice is that people should ensure that they follow the rules, get to know what is involved, and follow the rules. All right, that's it. Now we'll take a short break. When we get back, of course, we'll be talking to an AMVCA winner in the house, Timini. Don't want to go nowhere. We'll be back.
Welcome back. Now we have Timini Egbuson here. He's a Nigerian actor and model, someone who started acting as far back as 2010. Now he's featured in MTV Sugar, 50, Skinny Girl in Transit, and many more. Then, of course, he's a recipient of something amazing, right?
Yeah, the AMVCA
Best
Actor.
Wow.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
All right, so I want to do that intro just a little bit. So winner of the Viewers' Choice Award from the AMVCAs, welcome to Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Thank you very much.
Really? But that is a very shiny,
Yes, it is indeed.
Work of art.
Yes, it is.
It's great. It looks great. How does it feel?
It felt really great, you know. Like I keep on saying to people, I've gone for the AMVCAs. First of all, when I didn't get an invite, like it was the courage +1. Then I started acting, and then it was like, why didn't they send me an invite? The courage +1. And maybe eventually they send me an invite, and then she's going to the left, and they're like, oh no, your invite takes you all the way to the back.
Oh,
you know?
wow.
And then all of a sudden, I'm getting nominated, and I'm winning, you know.
And then you get to sit in front.
Yes, so right in front. It's my first nomination, first win. For the Future Awards last year as well was my first award, first nomination, first win.
Yeah. How do you feel considering that you've journeyed in your career for so long?
You know, it's crazy because a lot of people just assume that like, oh, man's is an overnight celebrity or like an overnight success. It's not. I've been doing this for 11 years, you know.
Wow.
And obviously now getting the recognition that I feel like I deserve is very humbling. And more importantly, because it's a Viewers' Choice Award, it was really nice for me to know that I have an army, you know. People really gingered for me for this award. Like, I feel like when people say, did you know you would win? All I used to think was, if anybody else should win, I'll go and shake him and say, guy, you try.
But wouldn't you have felt like some type of way? Like
I would have felt bad. I actually didn't want to be sitting down when they called you, so I was backstage. I followed my co-actress, Tonya Abraham won. So I followed her to win her award, to collect her award. So I was just chilling backstage, like, see, if I don't hear my name yet, let me just, go to the corner and just cover my face, you know. And then I heard my name, and it felt so good. Winning success is sweet, you know. Everybody's telling you congratulations, you know. And everybody else felt like in my gym. Everyone I went to the gym yesterday was standing ovation. Everybody was like, oh, you know, it's so sweet, you know. And now I want it again and again and again. You know, so next year, guys are coming.
So hashtag no pressure about the next set of films, movies, shows you're going to be in. No pressure?
No pressure at all. You know, so I have this hashtag Watch Timini, and the strategy that I use is I literally do anything. A lot of people feel, you know, they only want to act in certain movies that are going to certain places, but that's not what it is. A lot of my fan base have come from the most random and the most, you know, random films. So if it's a good story, if it's telling a story, however you're shooting it, regardless of your budget, if I can fit it into my schedule, I'll do it because I'm really here to just serve, you know, and that's what it is. So a lot of people expect some sort of pride. That's not really what it is. I'm on set right now. You know, and that's what I'm just trying to create. You know, one carpenter will see you and say, I like this boy from this movie that he saw on XYZ station. And then another person might see it on the Netflix. But as long as I'm creating, I'm happy. And I know that one of those projects would take me to my next award or my Oscar. Or my
Amen. Speaking of projects, this particular project you won it for. Talking about Elevator Baby. You need to give us some insight into how that was shot.
It was crazy. It was crazy. First of all, we all know that Tonya was pregnant, right? And she would just drop. Like maybe the scene is supposed to be like, and she's so spontaneous, right? So the scene is supposed to be her just maybe shake a little bit, and then she's dropping on the floor, and I'm just like guys, are we not gonna cut? You know, because and that's what gave me the ginger. I knew from the first day on set, I looked at her and I knew that if I didn't bring my 100%, it would just be Tonya and that boy that was in that film. You know, so I said I wasn't gonna let that happen for sure.
But seeing her pregnant, how did that make you feel? Like visibly pregnant?
It definitely helped my performance. You know? It helped my performance, but that wasn't all of it because there were scenes that I wasn't with her that I still gave 100%. You know, but it definitely helped my performance. We had a nurse on standby, so I felt a bit safe. You know, her husband was on standby, so I'm like, can I? You know, we had a real baby on set at a point. You know, it was a really crazy experience. You know, we were in that confined space, sweating. The panic was real. It was definitely something that I felt like if anything would bring me this award, that would have been it, and I'm not surprised.
Okay, so you felt like Elevator Baby was going to be it.
Yeah. I definitely felt, and I had a great team around me. Like the continuity guy, his name is Pete. He was great. You know, so because one of those things, those small things, you know, he was always there telling me, guy, you know, okay, this one. Ufot, who is a co-actor, A.K. Mason, the director, Nia Kimola, we were all like, you know, this project, might not have 100 million to shoot it to, but it will go places. And that's the ginger that we put into it, you know. And now see everything, you know.
Oh, that's great.
Was it a real elevator though? Or
No,
was
it wasn't. It was constructed. It was constructed, but it was still like, you know, the whole claustrophobic feel was still there.
Okay.
So now that you've won the awards, now that you have the spotlight is on you, what do you want to do? You
personally, yes. Okay, so I've produced the film. I produced the film last year with my friends Tokwe Tedela, Paul Utomi, and Sam. It's called Country Heart. That's coming out. I'm also working on a lot of other productions. I'm happy to shoot. I'm happy to create. You know, I'm not really, you know, last 2 years, all the years in my life before 2019, I'd have a plan and I'll have a strategy and I'm like, this is what I'm trying to do. But 2019, I decided to just go and just let go and let live. And 2019 was my best year. That's what I thought. But 2020, look at me, you get me, like, you know, obviously. So I'm just here, just available and present in the time. Whatever comes, comes.
Okay. So who are you dating?
Who am I dating? Oh, mad. I like that casually. Human being.
Wait, as if the award has suddenly brought like a string of women.
No. I'm happy that, you know, I'm actually in a relationship. I don't think it's like a hidden fact or whatever. You know? So that whole sieving through girls, all of that is not even one of the things that I'm worrying about. I'm just trying to focus on, you know, building and being that man that can now decide to ask someone to marry him.
Oh, look at you being an adult. Oh, wow. But I didn't say, are you dating? I said, who actually?
Her name?
Yes, her name.
Would you want her passport? I'll send you all the details.
I'm sure those girls out there that are like, Tokwe, help us now.
Follow me on Instagram @_Timini. Maybe one day I'll let you know. If
okay. But that's a conscious choice, too, keeping it to yourself.
Yeah.
What's the reasoning around that?
The reason around that for me is that that's not what I'm trying to get people to concentrate on. I'm not a reality star. No, I'm not saying that.
Just shaded.
No, it's no shade. Trust me. It's just that's not what it's about. It's about my talent. It's about my work. So that's what I want people to focus on, not who I'm dating or where I'm going or who I'm partying with. You know?
Yeah. Okay. All right. No,
so now, what point?
You guys, wow.
No. Hey.
Just giving me like that's top.
So yes, AMVCA, you're great. But at what point would you have called the lowest point of your career?
Lowest point of my career. Yeah. There was a project there's a lot of rejection that comes with this thing.
Really?
Do you understand? There's a lot of auditions that you go. Sometimes it's a six-step audition process and you don't get it. You know, but I feel like the lowest point of my career was I was on a particular production one time, and because the director at the day was the character played an instrument, and the director at the day was, because he played the instrument as well, he was trying to teach me how to play the instrument. I was like, guy, I don't sabi play. And even if we go do do you understand? At least you give me like a 3-month notice so that I'm working on it so that the character you can't. And he really made me feel bad about myself, and I was actually decasted.
Wow.
Yeah. The project never came out. It was one of those ones.
Your head
but I really felt bad. And I remember calling my sister Decore saying, yo, this is what happened. And she's like, yo, Timini, there's people like this that would see the star in you and try to pour dust on you. Like they would consciously make an effort to try and dim your star, but don't let it affect you. And ever since then, my thick skin, no be for years. Do you understand? Because I know that I'm good. You know, so it's not really about anybody else's opinion.
I was actually going to mention Dakore before. We're going to move to the kitchen now, because she must have been such a great influence on you.
Most definitely, in every ramification, in every aspect, apart from I can smell this food is affecting my brain. You know, but in every ramification in life, I feel like, okay, please, my baby.
I didn't understand why you're carrying it.
I wanted to just see if he would let me carry it.
No, you can have it. You can have it.
I can?
Yeah, you most definitely.
Okay, all right. Fantastic.
Chef Yabes.
I know. Exactly.
Welcome to the kitchen,
Thank
Timini.
you.
Please have
All
a seat.
Wow, we're boiling something.
Yeah.
Woo!
Like
all right. So we need to see it from,
So you know that you need to wash.
Let's see if we can catch.
Oh, that looks good.
Oh, looks great.
Chef Yabes has done it again.
You all see why I love Chef Yabes.
It's like we're giving the award to the food.
Yes.
For best breakfast.
Right.
Yeah, so the award is right there beside it. Right there.
Whoosh.
Okay.
Okay, so quickly, Chef Yabes, over to you.
Today we make a cream caramel. Cream caramel. You use eggs, milk, and sugar. Very easy.
Wow, sounds easy.
It was so simple that it was alarming. I was like, I don't understand. So this thing that they've been charging us thousands of naira for in the hotels is actually this simple to make, but it's
yes, it is.
I'm a bushman. I don't understand.
If they that thing fast, you must see it again. You're eating fast there now. I tell you, as if it's for you.
Nice, I'm not going to act like it's nice. Let me just tell you now. I'm not here to act.
If it's not nice, just tell us.
Let's see what you do. Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay. Very good.
All right. Okay.
God.
Very, very good.
You want to hit those notes now?
Chef Yab.
Which one? Singing? No. Very good. I've never actually had this before.
Oh, okay.
Quite nice.
All right.
Me, I always take what I know.
So you know something very interesting when you speak the award. Your sister was the one that was giving out the award too.
Yeah.
RNG. You heard stuff like that.
You're right.
Yeah.
What I thought
her
was,
reaction was.
You know, everybody thought RNG, but what I thought was, they want to create drama. You know, it's content. So
Yeah.
Imagine her now not calling my name.
Exactly.
And her acting,
Having to act.
So when I heard her name scream, and that's the thing, like when I won the Future Awards as well, she was right next to me.
Oh.
And as I was walking to get the award, she was screaming, you know, so it was just like when I heard her name scream again and the excitement and all of that, like I had a speech. I wish I can even say the speech now because I actually did have a speech, but when I got there, I was just like, Maru.
She must be your biggest fan.
Yeah. And I'm her biggest fan as well, you know. And it's so special that like we have each other. She's the first kid and I'm the last. There's 3 other people in between us, but sorry guys.
Wow.
Sorry guys.
It's been a great time on the show. Thank you for being a part of the show. We had a world record, we had an AMVCA record. Today was just a record-breaking show. Thank you. Big shout out to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yep. And of course, Homely.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for the kitchen accessories, Homely. We appreciate you. And everyone who tuned in today, thank you. We will be back again 6 a.m. tomorrow. Yes, sir. Have a great day.